Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into some really quite stark source material about what's being called the AI cyclone of 2025. It seems to have really hit the local SEO and digital agency world hard. So our mission today is to cut through the noise, figure out what caused this crisis, and, more importantly, what steps the sources are suggesting for survival, maybe even growth, heading into 2026.
Yeah, and it's not just a theoretical problem. The sources talk about hundreds, maybe thousands of messages, real people.
Real panic.
Absolutely. Agencies, freelancers, they're, fundamentally confused. They see the AI threat broadly, but they don't know what to do for Q4, how to plan for 2026.
They know they can't just keep doing the same things.
Right. Repeating those mistakes seems, fatal, according to these reports. The whole pricing and delivery model for local services feels broken.
It seems like it just collapsed incredibly fast.
The speed is definitely the key theme here.
Okay, let's unpack this then. What specifically defines this crisis landscape? What are the really painful results people are seeing on the ground, according to the sources?
Well, the sources are pretty blunt, yeah. It's basic economic failure.
Like what?
Phrases like clients gone, cash flow frozen, and really tough to read, reports of teams unpaid.
Wow. So this isn't just like margins getting squeezed.
No. This is survival. The basic income, the predictable revenue agencies rely on, it just evaporated for many.
And the sources link this directly to the AI cyclone, not just general competition.
Yes, directly. It's fascinating, actually. The cash flow freeze isn't just because of competition, though that's part of it. It's a direct result of AI making certain core agency services almost instantly commoditized.
Okay, explain that.
Yeah.
How does AI specifically freeze cash flow for, say, a local SEO agency?
It's the automation, right? The core delivery stuff. Things agencies used to bill significant hours for.
Like keyword research, content writing.
Exactly. Extensive local keyword research, writing unique Google business profile descriptions, creating geographically targeted service page content. AI now does that stuff, or the first draft at least, almost instantly, and at scale.
So one person using AI can do the work of 10.
Or more. Large language models can churn out highly localized content for hundreds of locations in the time it took a specialist to maybe handle 10 profiles manually. So the old retainer model, built on billing for that manual time, it just breaks. Profitability vanishes.
Okay. So the agency's value shifted. If they were just doing the tasks and didn't reposition to strategy or oversight, their service became almost worthless overnight.
Precisely. And then you layer on the competitive pressure that this automation unleashed. It's like a perfect storm, a dual threat.
Right. Let's break down that dual threat the sources talk about.
Okay, first, you've got new local agencies. They pop up, built entirely on automated workflows from day one. Their pricing is based on software costs, not salaries. So they massively undercut established players.
That's one side. What's the other threat?
This one might be worse, honestly. It's the surge in, let's call them aggressive, low-cost, local SEO freelancers.
The sources mention these guys promising the world for pennies. Right?
Yeah, huge results, incredibly cheap deals. But crucially, and the reports really stress this, they're burning every single lead along the way.
Burning leads, what does that mean in practice?
Means they do a bad job. They might actually damage the client's local visibility, but worse, they shatter the client's trust. Not just in them, but in any SEO provider.
Oh, that's rough. So a good agency coming in later has to fix the mess and convince a skeptical client.
Exactly. Their customer acquisition costs, the CAC, goes through the roof. They have to undo technical damage and rebuild psychological trust in the entire concept of SEO. It poisons the well.
That is a brutal mix. Your own services become obsolete internally, while externally the market gets corrupted by bad actors.
Huh?
The game changed faster than anyone expected, the sources say.
Oh.
So if the old way is fatal, what does this repositioning actually look like?
Well, that leads to the next critical point. Why is Q4 this year so vital for this reset?
Yeah, the sources seem almost desperate about the timing.
They imply pretty strongly that if you roll into 2026 with that same old service model, the one AI just commoditized, you simply won't make it through the year. So the job right now in Q4 isn't tweaking, it's a fundamental repositioning.
Away from just doing the tasks.
Absolutely. Away from execution towards strategic oversight, being an advisor, helping clients implement systems. That's the value now.
Okay, so how do agencies do that? Is there a specific framework mentioned?
Yes, the sources point to an approach used successfully over the last 4 years by a company called GMB Crush, which specializes in local optimization systems. They frame this as a kind of blueprint for agencies wanting to dominate every update and keep growing stronger.
4 years is a decent track record, especially recently. It suggests resilience.
Right, not just reacting, but having a system built for this kind of volatility. And their method, as outlined, focuses on 3 immediate strategic goals to get out of this crisis mode. These goals basically define the new agency structure.
Okay, let's lay out those 3 goals for someone listening who's maybe feeling that pressure right now.
Goal number 1, regain control of your pipeline. Simple, right. But many agencies lost it. They relied on referrals, maybe network effects, unreliable stuff.
Yeah.
You need a predictable, controllable lead gen system now.
Okay, controllable pipeline. What's 2?
Goal 2, build a constant flow of qualified local SEO clients. And qualified is the key word there, meaning clients who understand and value strategic guidance, not just the cheapest execution. This lets you sidestep that race to the bottom with the low-cost guys.
Makes sense. Pipeline control, qualified clients. What's the 3rd goal?
Number 3, this one's blunt. Reset the entire business before 2026 buries everyone who didn't adapt. This isn't just strategy, it's structural overhaul.
Like really changing the core of the business.
Exactly. Ditching legacy services, maybe retraining teams, putting in robust systems for client management and delivery that can actually handle future AI updates without breaking.
Okay, that's a big ask. How does an agency actually achieve that kind of deep overhaul? Do the sources offer a practical path?
They do, and this is where it gets really specific and, frankly, quite interesting. They point to a direct tactical mechanism, a final mini-training event being offered before a major transformation of that GMB Crush platform itself.
Wait, so even the company with the resilience system is rebuilding?
Yeah, the sources say it's being rebuilt from the ground up with new features, a new design, and a complete system, which, tells you something about the scale of this shift.
It signals that everyone needs to adapt, even the tool makers.
Precisely. It underlines how big this disruption is. And this mini training, it's not just general advice. The sources are explicit. It's designed to give you the exact steps, the internal systems they actually used over the past 4 years to keep growing despite all the market chaos.
So it's like a chance to download their playbook.
Essentially, yeah. A tested methodology is specifically designed for this environment. The AI commoditization, the low-cost competition, the burned leads. It's about absorbing that survival strategy.
And the urgency is because delaying this shift, it's not just risky anymore.
The sources paint it as potentially lethal to the business model, yeah. They keep hammering that the shift needs to happen now. In Q4, there's a stark warning. When the next wave hits, only those who moved early will still be standing.
Wow. No ambiguity there.
None. Adaptation can't wait for Q1 planning. The structure needs resetting immediately.
Okay, so pulling it all together.
Yeah.
What's the core takeaway for an agency owner looking at 2026 right now?
I think the main insight from all this material is that the crisis isn't really about the technology, the AI itself. It's strategic. Survival means ditching that old services labor model.
And adopting what instead?
A systems as strategy model. It requires immediate, decisive action. You have to regain control of your pipeline, restructure the business around resilient systems, and prepare for ongoing volatility. That's the path forward outlined here.
Right. And for you, the listener, if you need those specific tactical steps, the ones we've been talking about for regaining pipeline control, resetting your business, really the strategy to navigate this AI cyclone, the source material points directly to accessing the money in the bank training right away.
And the timing is crucial here based on the sources.
Extremely time sensitive. The material is very clear. Access to this specific training, the exact steps for pipeline control, costs $59.99. But, and this is the key part, this price and this specific training access is only available for the next 12 days.
Only 12 days.
After that 12-day window closes, the sources say this training is gone. It'll only be available later as part of the next big GMB Crush platform release, likely at a different price point.
So immediate action is needed if you want this specific package.
Exactly. To get access right now, get those systems we've discussed, you need to find the link. It's in the video description below and also in the first pinned comment. Just remember that 12-day window is firm according to the sources.
It's a clear call to action.
It is. The sources suggest a lot of agencies aren't lazy or incompetent. They're just, well, confused about what to fix. Maybe the real challenge isn't the AI itself. Maybe it's about whether businesses, whether you have the organizational guts, really, to ditch the old playbook fast enough, to rebuild positioning before this landscape shifts completely.
Again, that's definitely something to think about. Can you move fast enough?
Something to mull over until our next deep dive.